Because what George is suggesting is a Herculean task. If I remember correctly, there was a time in this where violators would have been asked to go for psychiatric evaluation at Rigbo, and it wasn't cheap. Hello, Port Harcourt returns. That they are the ones more culpable than the private users for traffic infractions and violations. Now, having said that, the mental state of these drivers is what is being probed this morning, because it's not unusual to get to hear people hurl insults and then sometimes even engage in fisticuffs, arguments devolving to fisticuffs here in Port Harcourt. Now, how can this be remediated? What exactly needs to be done? Because road rage is not a Port Harcourt problem. Neither is it a Lagos problem. It is a problem experienced all over the world, particularly in areas with dense population. There was a movie I got to see sometime this year or late last year. And in that movie, a man just upset that the female driver behind him honked at the traffic light. Honked, just pressed the bell, the horn, boom, boom, boom. This man ended up chasing, harassing, and nearly causing the death of this woman. We've seen stories like that. So what exactly is special in Port Harcourt? And how can it be remediated? Francis speaks to us from Mercyland. Francis, good morning to you. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The problem with all these drivers, can you hear me?
Yes, please. Go on. Can you turn off your radio set or step away from the radio, please?
Okay, I'm not close to the radio. The problem with all these drivers is that they are not taking mental health seriously in Nigeria. Just right now, as I was driving in, thunder just fired me in my junction.
Wow.
So just because the U-turn is at exactly at the entrance of the estate. So for you to drive in, there's always I don't know if I will use the word confusion to drivers there. So nobody coordinates how the cars move in that junction. Are you hearing me?
We listen to you, Francis. We listen to you.
Okay. Someone might have a quarrel with the wife at home. Then coming out to meet another person, an upset person at the road. So every little thing, thunder will fire the person. If you have to be abroad, I think that if you have any issue with road safety, the first thing they will do is to check your mental health before considering otherwise. So if we are taking mental health seriously in Nigeria, I think it will limit all these things.
Okay. All right, Francis, thank you very much. Francis apparently has just been a victim of thunder firing him. He seems okay. I wonder if you are. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hello Port Harcourt. 08179230003, 08179230007. We have Zion in GRA and Walter in Rukwaku standing by. Zion, any thunder on you this morning?
It has never happened.
Interesting.
Because my route, I think it's educated people that lies there. GRA area now. It's not for this kind of thunder and stuff like that. I don't know when you went to the psychiatric hospital last. But a few weeks ago, I passed through that route. Guess what? I saw mentally challenged persons, about 2 or 3 at the gate. At their fence. That is their boat. And I asked, if these people can be here and this is a psychiatric hospital, then something is wrong with us. It all narrows down to the road safety corps. They have not been doing their work.
Really? It's road safety?
Yes, it's road safety. Because they don't observe and monitor those that drive cars on our roads. They were given a specific responsibility. Road management.
Fine, but Zion, you see where the problem is for lots of protocol people. Let's say the road safety are doing their job. Maybe they make sure people don't make illegal U-turns or drive against traffic. But how do you expect a road safety officer to address mental issues? Somebody who sees Zion and doesn't like the fact that Zion is not speeding and says you're mad.
Mental issue. It's not a mental issue.
It's not mental for you.
I told you before here that because of poverty and illiteracy, a lot of people have breathed into an atmosphere, a home that I will title polemic.
Okay. Walter is in Rupaku. Walter, please call back. So, if you are listening to us this morning, it's just 33 minutes gone past the hour. Now, getting to 34 minutes. We've had one person call in, and apparently he's just been victimized by thunder. Have you had similar experiences just today? I would say for maybe 2 or 3 hours of driving, or maybe 40 minutes of driving. Has anybody told you thunder will fire you? You're not well. Your daddy and stuff like that. If you are guilty of using these insults, would you agree that you need to have some form of psychiatric evaluation? Maybe a temper check. Walter, speaking to us in Walter, has anybody sent thunder to you this morning?
Thunder will punish them, not me.
Wow. Hey, peace. We are peace-loving people here, Walter, please. Wow.
Jude, that has been a general language to all these commercial drivers. The thing is that when you are on the way, you are driving on your own, you are driving their own. for you to be safe on their hands. Recklessly, the way these people drive, the commercial drivers, the only way, there's nothing wrong with their brain. The only way to checkmate them, one, at the junction, there are junctions where they load. All the men or the women that sell all these drugs, they should arrest them. That is the only solution. Because when they take that thing they take, they drive anyhow, they talk anyhow. That is the only solution. In all the junctions where they sell all their modem, they should chase out those people.
Okay, so
I think by the time we do all this, you see all this, their molest will reduce. There's nothing wrong with their brain.
All right. Walter says nothing wrong with their brain. That is, it's the ingestion of substances, psychotropic substances, or maybe even alcohol. Maybe. Remember we had the conversation that was last year, about the frequency of alcohol sales at motor parks, right? So maybe Walter is onto something. He probably just has a point there. WhatsApp now 0809-030-6416. Clef Rodriguez says, Jude, saying those words a way of calling default senses back to order. Wahala too much for this country. Checking mental stress will be a difficult one. Indeed, it is challenging. Gode Mike speaking to us from Wimpy. I wonder if any lightning or thunder has hit him this morning. Gode, good morning.
There's no lightning. There's no thunder.
You're fine.
Dude, good morning.
Good morning. You're okay, right? Nobody has someone. Okay.
Nobody.
Okay.
My name is Gode Mike, and I'm calling from Harcourt.
Thank you very much. Go on, please.
Actually, it is not an issue of insanity or psychiatric issue in Nigeria as a whole. Because if that phrase, thunder fire you, it's not used any day in Nigeria, I don't think the song will set. It's not a psychiatric thing. It's part of us now. The politicians use it.
Wow.
The pastors use it.
Really?
Individual, general. Yes, use it.
Interesting.
In fact, even when we call your station and you are not picking, we say thunder, fire, info. You don't know. If not for those gadgets you put there, that place would have gone ablaze any moment. So it is not a psychiatric thing. It's just a normal way of life in Nigeria. Thank you. My name is Gode Mike.
All right, Gode Mike. While it might be normal for you, the actions and activities on the roads are not normal. The arguments, the fights, and once again, like I said, I've heard a lot of things right on the roads in Port Harcourt, happening on the roads in Port Harcourt, but hearing what I heard yesterday of someone defecating in annoyance because he was challenged for driving wrongly. It's not the first time I've heard stories of people, blocking the road because somebody, overtook them in a manner that they were not happy with. Dakuku speaks to us from Eche. Good morning to you, Dakuku. Welcome. Hello, Port Harcourt. Dakuku, hello.
Hello.
Yes, go on.
Good morning.
Yes, go on. Good morning.
From my own contribution, the problem is that the government of the day is the problem of the issues we are talking about.
How so?
What I'm saying is that when the other governments are in this state, it's all this kind of nonsense was not anybody that is to be able to keep that person in a place where he can even know what to do. That's why you see all these things. The kind of drivers we have in that room of and other places. I don't know whether they always take consulting things that makes them drive anyhow. And both individuals, I don't even understand. Even if the private, most of them drive nonsense. So the mental things they are talking about in this state is much because of much of the drugs in this state is much. They are not taking care of them. The government doesn't implement law that we're able to guard the state very well. That's the problem we are having.
So Dakuku says it's drugs, drug abuse. Francis is speaking to us from Port Harcourt Town. Good morning to you, Francis. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Jude.
Good morning. Welcome, please.
Yeah, this is a very amazing topic. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, go on. Well, listen to you. Make your contribution, Francis.
Yeah, I've been listening to the callers, funny comments and all that. But to me, what I would say is, I think the problem with the current average Nigerian man is Nigeria itself.
Oh, dear.
I will tell you, since 2015, everything has changed in Nigeria. An average Nigerian man is just so unhappy with people. So I would advise Nigerians, especially Port Harcourt people, to the more word sensitive, to be patient, to be tolerant. Your fellow man cannot be your enemy. Love leads, and love settles it all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Michael is speaking to us from Borokiri. Michael, good morning to you, please. Welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, please.
Anybody who is saying it's not a psychiatric issue, I mean, that person may not be correct because it's a psychiatric issue. The thing is that when we say psychiatric, people think it has to do with when you tear your clothes to eat on the ground or things like that. Anything psychiatric has to do with mental state, you understand? And then mental that doesn't mean someone has to be naked on the road. So, and like it is usually said that everybody has that mental wala in him or her. Let me go out to what that last caller said. That man just said everything. The thing is that right now the state of mind of many Nigerians in Jude is
it's not
else.
good. Oh, you see.
Yeah, it's not good at all for some reasons, from socio-cultural, political, religious issues. So anybody, like, if you step on somebody's toe unknowingly, here's the kind of thing the person will tell you. Jude, you'll be surprised. Like, unknowingly, you step on somebody's toe, they should be so angry, like what they send you to me, like, you'll be surprised. I just mistakenly like step on your toe, all these things. So our state of mind now is something else. Like me, I drive. To be frank with you, sometimes I do tell person that thing. But sometimes in my consciousness, I regret seeing it. Like even yesterday, I told somebody, the way the man parked on the road, he was carrying passengers and there was traffic behind. And about 2 or 3 persons are trying hard to open this bottleneck. He was on the other side, blocking the road. So out of announce, I told him that, look, you're a mad person. You're a mad, but
wow.
Here's the day, I said, yes, I told him you're a mad person. And this man did say anything because he knew what he was doing was very wrong. But right inside of me, I said, why I should have told him this kind of thing. I felt it's like I have insulted him. But it was due to my state of mind as at that time.
Okay.
Just like that last caller said, you have to be word mindful.
Pray, you have to be word mindful. Be careful of the words that you say. So, is it really a mental state that's causing these types of actions, these challenges on the streets of Port Harcourt? You get into a taxi, sometimes the taxi driver is rude to you. Some of you have given stories about that in time past. I experience this very regularly. Sometimes the driver tells you, I don't have change. If you don't have change, get out from... I'm serious. I've heard the guy say, Madam, come off of my motor if you don't get change. And you wonder, but if passengers don't come, some of them will stand on the road and be swearing, God, passengers no deal, waiting the apple. Which kind of nonsense be this? But here you are, throwing a fit. 92.3. Hello, Port Harcourt. Good morning to you, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I was born Wokiki, a mental and a psychiatric practitioner.
Interesting.
A psychologist. I want to emphasize on the topic that is on ground. But I want to first of all establish the discussion based on this cadet's research on his biological basis of behavior. Then you still have that one called wound chronometry aspect of behavior, mental chronometry. Let me go into that of this cadet. They say people behave differently because of their biological response to an event. And sometimes, again, this certain, they say we have 60 million Nigerians that are mad.
Really?
Like they have psychological issue currently. That is the current, let me say, the data for now.
50 million?
Of 60 million of Nigerians
wow.
are mentally sick. Some are clinically diagnosed, some are not yet diagnosed. So let's talk about reaction time based on how it is being analyzed. I want to talk about what to call immediate experience and immediate experience. Just that something happens immediately and those that have a lighter way of responding to some things respond immediately. Sometimes some people, carry that particular event or that experience into possession before they act. That's why I see somebody who do you something today, tomorrow you will not react. So immediately they will react.
Yes.
And that is based on individual difference. That is based on genetic response. Then in the other side, we will also talk about Van Wundt. One is the father of the psychology, and they also talk about the mental component. We say that mental act, like physical act, take time. Complicated reaction time are some of the time of the individual act. So now he talk about things like perception, talk about apprehension, talk about apperception and voluntarism. He said perception is seeing something just normal without taking it serious, just sensory perception, sensory impression of a particular object. And also going to apperception, he says God focusing attention. That particular is just see now. Not everything you see, you put into your mental chronology at your chronometry. Sometimes you can see a particular thing and you forget. There you can talk about attention process or selective attention. In other ways, people call it that way.
Okay, so wait, Dom, sorry, I have OJ waiting on the line. So let me ask you very quickly, Dom. Do you think some of these actions, very quickly now, do you think some of these actions expressed by some of these drivers are mental health issues?
Definitely. There is no how we can say it is not mentally related, because even someone says it's poverty and economic factor. Poverty is a mental illness. The economic issue we are having today is the cause of why we have increased level of mental illness in Nigeria.
Okay.
That's why even our BP now have increased. We are going to WHO to around 140 over 90.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. OJ, are you safe from thunder this morning?
No, I didn't receive any of that, but it's a common thing in Port Harcourt. Even I overheard someone collected the thunder and the papa name.
Wow.
But I will blame the road safety officer somehow, just a little percent of it.
Okay.
I've been driving, and how I acquired my driving license is supposed to be when you are done with driving school, you should submit your driving school certificate, then they will further the process of your driving license. But could you believe that I went to road safety office to get it, and someone, a road safety officer, helped me facilitate it without going through driving school? So
why did you do that, OJ? Why did you allow a road safety official facilitate your driver's license when you know that that's not the right thing to do? Why did you allow that?
Yes, that's Nigeria for you.
Really? But you are Nigeria. You forget you have Nigerian blood running and coursing through your veins. The air you breathe, the pounded yam and the ufaku that you have eaten for all these years is Nigerian made. So why would you do the wrong thing against Nigeria, against yourself?
Okay, I take the blame for that. My bad. But what I'm saying in essence is this: if they make sure that anybody that comes for driving license must go through that school, because the school will teach you the signs, the road signs. Although in Port Harcourt we don't respect sign, only thing we respect is khaki and black uniform. Even you might be guilty of this one now. While driving, you won't put on seatbelt, but once you see a khaki color uniform, you will grab your seatbelt.
Okay.
Although I'm not into that. So I will advise my fellow drivers, if you don't want to hear such words, if you know what may thunder fire you, just put on your AC. Why not your glasses?
And
so
don't
that
you.
Whenever they run those abuses, you won't hear them.
Clement, NTA Road, any thunder in your area? Are you safe? Are you good?
It's sunny here, and maybe it will rain today. I'm still waiting for your weatherman to tell us the weather report today.
We'll check in.
Please, no thunder around here.
No, sir. All right. Talk to us.
Okay, Mr. Jude, having listened to the penultimate caller, I want to say that even though he said that 50 million Nigerians, right?
Yes, it's an estimate. It says the study shows that just about 50 million Nigerians have mental health challenges. Many of them not diagnosed. That's what he claims.
Mad. Let me put the word the way it is. They're insane. I like to add that that figure is doubled as we speak today, or even tripled. Let's say the only person that is not mad is Jude.
That'll be an over-exaggeration. That'll be an over-exaggeration because, apart from the fact that you don't have the direct data, but you have to ask yourself the question then, if it's that high, maybe that's the reason why we see some of these things on our streets.
Did you listen to him? Did you listen to the man?
I did.
Good. So if you listen to that man, and maybe you may want to invite a psychiatrist to your studio, and she just give me, or he should just give us 2 or 3 basic elements of how or what will lead to somebody to be insane. Because that will tell you that for you to even jump queue in a bank, a normal human being cannot jump queue. A normal human being, you see queue in a bank and you want to jump or queue anywhere. You don't need to start selling your clothes or start putting on looking smarter to be mad in this country. We have over 5, I mean, we have over 200 million Nigerians that are mad.
He said 50. He said 50, Clement. He said 50. Ikechi is speaking to us from Eneka. Ikechi, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, Jude. How are you doing?
Good morning. Thank you for your patience. Welcome.
Well, personally, I've never had any thunder fire me.
Nobody has told you, thunder fire you as you drove.
Nope, never.
Lucky you.
But I think, especially the caller, Dom Wukike, the psychologist, he really made a lot of sense. The biological response to both immediate and mediate situations. That is kind of one of the main reasons. I do remember one that happened one time. The driver told the lady to pay a certain amount. The lady agreed. By the time they got to the particular location, as the son of the lady was removing her goods from the boot of the car, the driver slammed the boot of the car on the boy's neck.
Whoa! Oh my God!
The lady got up and gave the man a dirty slap.
Oh my God!
I mean, that will show you the level of mental illness that many people are experiencing, and also the level of agitation and biological response to certain situations. So I believe the solution is if many of us at least pray before we go out.
Wow.
The day will be better in how we
treat each other
and how people will react to us. And I think the FRSC should get up and do their job. And that we should calm down. Let us let love lead in how we react to different people. It's because of another thing is the state of the nation is affecting the mental health of a lot of people. So the best solution would be let us calm down and tolerate each other.
Okay.
That would be my contribution.
All right, thank you very much, Ikechi. Says, let us calm down. Don Wokike says, I said 60 million, not 50. Wow, it's not even 50. I thought I heard 50. Dom is clarifying that he said 60 million. That's what the research he quoted has. 60 million. It's a problem. So, driving in Port Harcourt likely has a mental health challenge to it. There's also the infrastructural, deficiency. A lot of people have made complaints about, not having signages, erected properly, clearly. A lot of people also talked about, the presence of the Road Safety Corps and also the police. But like our final callers may mention.
If I taste you all this